I have not seen anyone talking about this on YouTube. I don't know why. This is a masterclass for you if you are a virtual assistant, but you want to niche down to real estate. You want to become a real estate virtual assistant. This video is for you. I am basically going to share my knowledge with you, everything I know about becoming a real estate virtual assistant. You know I don't gatekeep, so if you're my student watching this, drop a comment for me in the comment section. And if you're not my student, you're going to be soon. Drop a comment for me as well. If you're just seeing my face, I'm the Mfon Akban. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Drop a comment for me in the comment section as well. And subscribe to the channel, okay? Join the Digital Neighbors family. All right? Like this video so it can reach a wider audience. Now, before you even touch any tool, you need to understand how the real estate world works. Real estate agents do two major things: find clients who wants to buy or sell a house, manage properties or listings. Now, I know I mentioned real estate already, but there are 4 groups of people that you're going to be working with as a real estate virtual assistant. Number 1 is the one I've mentioned already, real estate agents. They help people buy and sell homes. They are overwhelmed with leads, follow-ups, listing properties or property listings, showings, admin work. So they need VAs to do the administrative side of the business for them and also follow up leads. Number 2, we have real estate investors. Buy properties to flip or rent. They need VAs for code calling, code texting, market research, property data collection, appointment settings. Investors are easy clients for beginners. That's my point of view. Number 3, we have property managers. They take care of rental properties. They need VAs for tenant communication, rent reminders, maintenance scheduling, listing rentals. Number 4, we have the Airbnb hosting. They need VAs for managing bookings, managing guests, pricing updates. Now, these are for buyer persona, if you will, client persona that you can work with. As a real estate virtual assistant, you are a problem solver. So as a real estate virtual assistant, there is this one tool you cannot play with. It's called CRM. Now, what is a CRM? CRM simply means customer relationship management. Yeah. So what is it used for? A CRM is simply a tool that organizes leads, conversations, appointments, follow-ups. CRM can help you add leads, organize leads, tag leads, track where each lead is in the buying process, help you send emails, texts, log calls and conversations, book appointments, run follow-up automations. And this video is not just going to be about me sitting down here and talking to you. If you need information, you can find that on the internet. This is a masterclass. This is a tutorial video. So let's head to my computer now. Let me take you through the step-by-step process on CRM and other tools and websites that you're going to be needing as a real estate virtual assistant. And by the way, we're going to be using HubSpot for this tutorial. Let's get into it. Hi neighbor, welcome once again to your CRM masterclass using HubSpot. Now, CRMs are the heartbeat of every successful real estate business. Your job, should you choose to accept it, is to make sure no lead is lost. As you may or may not know, a CRM is simply a tool that organizes leads, conversations, appointments, follow-ups. Now, your job as the VA is to keep the CRM clean and active. So now, the first thing we want to cover is how to add new leads. All you need to do is to come here where it says create contact, and then you add the email address of the person. We're going to be using Ken, km.com. This is a fake email. All the emails here are fake and the names are fake as well. I created them. Some are default and I created some of them as well. So the person's name is Ken. Let's say Ken Henry. Job title, we can say the person is a banker. All right, you can add the phone number here, but we're not going to do that. Next is the life cycle stage. This is a lead. All right, lead status, we're going to say in progress. In progress, we've started a conversation with the person and then we're going to click on create. Now, this is the manual way of adding leads to the CRM database. What is most likely to happen is for beginner VAs, the client is going to give you a CSV file. Now, how do you use the CSV file? How can you import the CSV file into the CRM? You want to go back to contact. We're going to go back to contact. Now, instead of clicking create contact, we want to click on import a file. Before you click on import data, you want to make sure that you have downloaded data into your computer. Let's say the client gave you a Google Sheet. You need to download data first into your computer so you can import it here. Now, let me show you how to do that. I'm going to be using this information right here. I will blur the last name, the email, the phone numbers, okay? You want to click on File. You have this already. Your client sends this to you. The next thing you want to do is to download it, okay? You want to come to download and click on comma separated values, CSV. You want to click on CSV to download. Now let's head back to the CRM. We've downloaded our CSV file. The next thing you want to do is to click on import data and click on start imports. What kind of data is in your file? We'll say contacts. And then we'll click on next. Choose how to import contacts. You can say create and update contact, create new contacts, only update existing contact. So we're going to click on create new contact only. Choose a file. We're going to choose our CSV file to upload. We're going to click on next, leave this the way it is. So it's going to give you a preview of what it will look like: the first name, the email address, the phone number, lead type, the stage, the notes. Click on next, and here we have create a contact segment for this import. Agree that all contact imports blah blah blah. So if you click on enrich contacts, it's basically going to enrich and fill in missing data for the records you input. All right, so we're just going to click this. We want to use all the resources we have and then we click on finish import. Voila, import completed with no errors. Now, how do we view our contact? Just come here where it says contacts. You click on it and we'll see all the contacts we just imported right here. I'm going to blur the key information here, but these are all the contacts we export or imported from the CSV file. By the way, you can always move this, okay? So let's say we want to move lead status to where we have owner. You can move that. We want to move lead. We want lead to come, lead tag to come first before owner. You can move that. Just hold your cursor, hold your mouse, and then just move it, just move it because we want these two to be closer to each other. All right, now what's the difference between lead status and lead tags? Lead status is, oh, is this a new lead? Is the lead in progress? Is this an open deal and all of that, right? Okay, so let's say for this person, this is a new lead. For the lead tag, we want to click on, here we have new, we have warm, we have hot, we have buyer, seller, investor, unresponsive. So we want to come here to click, or let's say warm lead. Okay, so we've added the tag, we've added the label to Daniel. All right, you can do the same thing for Lucas. You come here, you can say in progress, and then we come here, we say this is a hot lead, this person is super ready to buy. Okay, you can do the same thing. Let's do 3. You can do the same thing for, let's say, unqualified, and then you come here and say unresponsive. Let's say the column you want is not here. All you need to do is to come to edit column. By default, what we have is name, email, phone number, list status, lead tag, owner, blah blah blah. So you can come here and tick the ones you want, right, and untick the ones you don't want, of course. And once you're done, you click on apply and it will appear here. For the sake of the tutorial, I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Next up is deals. So to create a deal, you want to come back to CRM, you click on deals. It will show you the existing deal. You want to click on create deal right here. You key in the deal name. Let's say Grace. You can also add the address if you want. Port Harcourt, blah 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 blah. Deal stage, you want to leave this in schedule appointment. You can change it if you want, depending on the stage. But this is optional, okay? But the ones marked with asterisks, you got to fill them. Now, let me show you how to do filters. Almost 50 contacts here. How do you filter out? You're searching for warm leads, so you get to like follow up. what do? You want to come to advanced filters. Once you're here, we are going to search for lead tag. We're going to search for lead tag. Click on lead tag. I said not lead tag. Lead tag. Now, lead tag is any off. We want to search for warm. Yeah. And then press enter. Right here, it's going to show us all the warm leads. You can see we have just 2 warm leads. It's going to bring out all the warm leads. You do the same thing for hot leads. You do the same thing for new leads. Next up is how to create basic workflows like text, emails, right? Let's create a workflow for Liz. Let's say we want to send Liz an email. You click on her contact and then you come to create an email. Remember, here you can log notes. Every conversation must be recorded. You need to learn how to write short, clear call notes. Okay, so here to do that, you just click here and write the notes in here. For call, the same thing. You can also make call from here. You can set tasks for yourself. For that, all you need to do is to click on the task, input the task you want to set for yourself here, set the time, activity date, set a reminder. You can say remind me 30 minutes before, and if there's any additional notes, you add that here and click on create. Okay, that's it. You can also book a meeting inside the CRM tool. Okay, you can also send an email. You want to click on email, put in the subject of the email. Let's say you just finished having a conversation with, who did we choose? Liz. Let's say you just finished a call with Liz, right? And you want to send her a thank you email, a follow-up email, whatever it is you want to send. You want to key in the subject here, thank you for the call. If it's a call, you want to say thank you, I look forward to our next appointment, this is the link, blah blah blah. Add all of that here, write the body of the email, and basically click on send. Now, if you want to send this email later, all you need to do is to click on send later. We cannot create basic automations, we cannot create automations because this is a free version. Remember that your responsibility is not to pay for these tools. Your clients will pay for that already. The company has that already. All you need to know is just your way around the CRM. So let's say we want to book a meeting. You want to come here, you click on meeting, and this is going to pop up. To schedule a meeting inside CRM, you will have to connect your calendar. Okay, for the sake of the tutorial, I'm not going to connect anything, but this is how you do it. Simply plug and play. You connect your Google account. That way, you are able to use the scheduling function inside the CRM. So I'm going to be sharing with you some of the scripts that you can use as a beginner. You can take a screenshot if you want. So these are ready-made scripts and templates that you can use. For tagging rules, when a lead first arrives, you set them as new. If the contact engages, replies to your email, replies to your message, or pick your call, you remove them from new and set them as warm. If lead requests price, availability, or schedule a meeting, you remove them from warm and set them as hot. If they don't respond after 3 attempts over 7 days, set them as unresponsive. This is a follow-up template that you can use. Pause this video and take a screenshot. Okay. This also is a follow-up template. When they don't respond to you, you send this to the client as well. This is an appointment confirmation template that you can copy and use as well. Real estate is a follow-up business. You need to know how to turn cold leads into actual conversations and appointments. On to daily routine checklist, what you should be doing every single day. You need to open hot lists, check calls, email for each hot lead, right? Open appointments, set deals, from all appointments, check unresponsive leads, update deal stages, create tasks for next action, and most importantly, send a daily summary to the agent. Number of calls, appointment set, new leads added. You have to show your work, okay? All right, so listing coordination. When an agent gets a new property to sell, you step in as the listing coordinator. Now, this is a money-making skill. You manage details, paperwork, descriptions, photos, scheduling, and updates. These are the things you're going to be doing. You're going to be pulling property details, writing listing descriptions, uploading photos, updating listings, designing flyers, coordinating photos, managing prices, changes, reports weekly. Now, When you're supporting a real estate agent, you won't physically visit the property. Let me show you how real estate assistants work on property listings, even when you are not physically in the US or any other country. Everything you need is online. Your job is to pull accurate property information, organize the media, write compelling descriptions. Now, I'm going to show you exactly how to pull property information like a professional. When a client gives you an address, your first job is to research the property. These websites already have 90% of the information you need. We have Zillow, we have Realtor.com, we have county assessor websites, and the one your agent or your client might recommend or give to you. This is one of the websites, Zillow. You want to type in the property location. Let's just type Texas into the search bar. And for the sake of this tutorial, we're just going to go with this first one. The agent or property manager are the ones responsible for listing on their preferred platforms or site, especially if you're just starting out, okay? So no pressure on you at all. This is just to give you an example in case you want to like write a description for Instagram or whether Facebook, depending on the social media platform the agent is using. So right here, you can pull property information. If you go down, you're going to see facts and features. You're going to see the number of rooms and bathrooms, the rooms, the primary, right? The kitchen, every other details that you need about this particular home is right here. Your job is to make the buyer imagine themselves living in that house. Now, you might be asking, how do I handle photos remotely? So because you're not physically in the US, your agents will upload all property photos to Google Drive, or if they're using Dropbox, your job is to download them, organize them, clean them up, and prepare them for marketing. Now, let's talk about Airbnb. Yes, you can manage Airbnb remotely as long as communication and calendar are tight. You can do it. This can be your add-on skill if you want. So if you're adding this to your skill as a real estate virtual assistant, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be updating rates, managing availability, responding to guest questions, coordinating cleaners, sending check-in instructions, handling complaints, monitoring reviews, creating Airbnb house manuals, and so forth, and so on and so forth. Now, let's talk about getting paid, because that's the point, is it not? So how do you get a job as a real estate virtual assistant? The first place is Facebook groups. This is the easiest place to get your first client because agents practically live here. This is where they network. This is where they share listing. This is where they find buyers. This is where they look for admin support. This is where they hire virtual assistants. So you want to go into your Facebook search bar and search for these phrases. Now, the next place is LinkedIn. Same process. You want to go to the search bar and search for real estate agents, real estate broker, property managers, Airbnb hosts. You want to filter by people. You want to filter by the state. You want to filter by the country, let's say United States. You want to filter by industry, which is real estate, obviously. Now, how do you connect with them? You don't just shout to them and then you start selling. As if you're my students watching this, I tell my students, my past students from previous waves, you cannot just start pitching to people. Right? You have to provide value. You have to start posting on your LinkedIn profile. You post content like 3 things real estate agents should outsource. Follow-up workflow I built for this, that. This builds trust. All right. The next place is Upwork. You want to watch the videos on the screen so you know how to create your Upwork profile. You know how to optimize it. You also know how to apply for jobs without connect. So you want to binge these videos on the screen. Next up is Instagram. They use Instagram heavily because of visuals, right? They post listing, property tours, behind the scenes, open houses, clients' results. They also hire VAs. Next up is shameless outreach. Now, this is you reaching out to them. I'm going to cover more on shameless outreach. If you're my students watching this, in week 6, you've gathered the skill. You cannot just go back home and then you sit on it. You have to put yourself out there. Now, if you've watched till this point, I need you to drop a comment for me. You are the only person that is serious about becoming a real estate virtual assistant. Drop a comment for me and let me know you got here saying, Mfon, I am a real estate virtual assistant, or I want to become a real estate virtual assistant in 2026. do it in the comment section. If you got here and you're like, oh, this seems like a lot. I don't want to be a real estate virtual assistant. Just want to know how to use the CRM tool for customer service, sales and marketing. Then you need to watch this video next, and I will see you there. Bye, neighbor.